分走り回ったし、そろそろ休もう。座って休憩。あっちゃー、ベランダの花がまた枯れてる。毎日水やりしてるのにね。もしかして逆にやりすぎ？まだ終わってない鍛造依頼、あと何件あったっけ？一つ、二つ、そんな多くないみたいだし、明日から本気出そっと。僕は東に行くからついてくるなよ。着いた。ここだよ。
高い崖だな。どうやって分解するんだ？あの山のてっぺんから冥黒を投げるのかよ。
この崖の面に年素を刻印して中枢冥黒の内部構造を調べる。さてさて、ちゃんと起動できるかな。前回使った時、古冥の内部の年素冥黒を作る時は先に崖や空き地で同じ構造で、年素がちゃんと冥黒の脈動を通れるなって確認してから古冥の内部に中枢冥黒に損傷を与えずに分解するにはこいつを使わないと。それじゃ
あこの冥黒、
まあそんなとこ。普通の未完成の古冥の殻なら直接こじ開けて、この中枢冥黒はまあ勝手におばちゃん。
この中枢冥黒ってシロネンが理解してる2割に入ってるのか？それとも分かってない8割の方か？
大丈夫だって。一番大事なとこ、うちもおばちゃんも名前自体に価値があるってことは認めてる。名前があってこそ物事を分類して数えることができる。だからこそ、例えば鉱石を注文するとき、うちは純度35くらい、不純物の含有量 3% 以下の火山硝石をくださいとかっていう。でも名前がなくなったらどうなると思う？これとこれをください。いややっぱりこっち、いやそれじゃなくてあっちのみたいな感じになっちゃうでしょ。名前は職人の仕事の標準化プロセスにおいて一番大事ってこと。実際古冥の製造は根本的に名前がどうして重要なのかとか、そっちの問題は仕事に支障をきたさない範囲で実践しながら理解していけばいいでしょ。古冥を作るのは簡単じゃないからね。どうせ今集落にいないし行っちゃおっか。もうちょっと分かりやすく言うとね、 個名を作るのは本質。人に名前を与えるのはその人に対しての自分の願いを表現できればいいから主観的でいいっしょ。でもあだ名は客観的でないと。正確なあだ名をつけるには個名てかあだ名が十分にその人だから。うちはできるだけ使えそうな資料を集めて、もしそれが少しでもずれててみんながあだ名を誤解してしまうようなことがあったら、それはうちの内理士としての大きな失敗になるから。
シロネンにあだ名をつけようなんて思ってないぞ。それにもともとオイラのつけるあだ名。
気になるなぁバイモン。もちろんあだ名をつけるも。
あだ名、シロネンはネスを使って武器を作る。
いいねいいね。パイッチももうちょっとうちの仕事を観察。これから年素いじりしてくるから、まあ見ててよ。角度を2度調整終了。誤差は許容範囲内。念のため刻印パスを延長。スペースを少し残さないとか。じゃないとリンクを有効化した時に重複して刻印されちゃうな。リンク完了っと。
竹を平地みたいに駆け回って。
子供の子は関係ないよ。粘着反応のおかげ。でもさっきので入ってた粘素をほとんど使い切っちゃった。次からは予備の粘素管も持ってくるか。まあね、使えそうなやつは全部。今度時間があったら装備を紹介してあげる。どれどれ。アンカーの一番。元素名国に異常はなかったよ。細かい調整も全てコメの製造技法に。
それじゃあオイラたち。
まあね。でもいい知らせと悪い知らせがある。
いい知らせを聞き終わったら。
聞かなくても事実は変わらないけどね。記憶の抽出についてどう思う？やっぱあんたもそう思う？それな、まず記憶の抽出には制御できない要素が多すぎる。技術的なおばちゃんの体は耐えられないだろうけど、協力者がいれば冥国を使ってもっと大掛か。
協力者って
ここからいい知らせね。燃焼冥国は確かに犯罪にはうってつけの道具だけど、今んとこ協力者はいないっぽいし、冥国の力を乱用してる。つまり客観的に見て燃焼冥国を使った犯で。悪い知らせは燃焼、前も言ったけどコメは大霊の力を借りる装置なんだ。大霊は中継機みたいなもんで、コメの所持者が地脈に吹く大霊の力を借りないで他の道具も大河の本流から特定のサイズの砂粒を拾おうとするのと同じこと。そういうこと。そんなことになれば人は魂が抜けちゃったみたいになるか。さて、おばちゃんが集めた記憶が地脈だとすれば、ニエガはその地脈で唯一米を持ってる人ってことになる。おばちゃんが何の道具も持たせずにニエガを記憶の大河に放り込むはずがない。とはいえ全ての記憶を失ったニエガは、たとえニエガの過去をフィルタリングできるのは、だからうちはおばちゃんが本当にしたかったことはニエガの大霊になって 必要な時に記憶の抽出を手伝うことなんじゃないかと思う。理想的な状況なら別に何の問題もない。毎回正しい記憶。おばちゃんはニエガのことなら何でも覚えてると思うから、間違える。ただ、おばちゃんは大齢じゃない。あの体じゃ。
でも、そんなのどうやって解決すればいいんだよ。
名前は、過去に立つ人々が未来。うちも決めた。
Yeah, so basically she's gonna kill herself for her daughter. I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Like, it sounds like a good thing. It's like, sure, like, but like, and I was actually saying the last time we were doing this quest, like, it was incredibly selfish of her because she wants her daughter to be back so she can remember her. It's her own insecurities that just doesn't allow her to see, like, it's her own insecurities that make her think that her daughter doesn't recognize her as her mother properly. And so I was thinking, oh, okay, what you're doing is incredibly selfish. But if she's going to kill herself to do this, then, I mean, it's still selfish because, like, it's based on her own insecurities and basically her unable to live with herself after what has happened to her daughter. And she just can't handle interacting with her daughter like that. So, but the problem, of course, is that she's going to do this. She's going to do this. She's going to, essentially die to get her daughter a name, which, may or may not actually fix. Well, I mean, and that's the thing is, getting her name fixes only one of her problems. The fact that she can't remember her past. She's still corrupted by the Abyss. It's not like giving her an ancient name will undo the Abyss corruption, and which is, essentially leaving her bedridden. So what you're doing is saying, hey, I'm going to kill myself so you remember your past. And so you're going to remember your past, you're going to remember me as your mother, and you're also going to remember that your mother is now dead because I got your past back. It's like, she's going to get her memory back as you kill yourself. So it's just like, great, awesome. So now she remembers you so that she can feel sad about your death. Like, if you disappeared, she might be like, oh man, where's that nice lady who took care of me? But if this succeeds, she'll be like, oh my god, my mother killed herself to, make me remember that she was my mother. It's like, that's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. It's like, you're restoring her memory. And the problem, like, if it was just purely, oh, I'm going to restore your memory. Nope, that's done. And I'm still here, I'll take care of my daughter. If it was just a health risk, sure. But like, no, if you're doing it and killing yourself, you're basically giving your daughter her memory back. And even then, not a great memory too, because like, this is only her memory from before when she was a child. This is like, what, 10, this is like many years ago this event happened. So you're restoring her memory from before that event happened many years ago. There's still memories since then. Regardless, it's like, cool, she remembers you, but now you're dead, so now you're just guaranteeing her future to be sad and depressing, knowing that her mother's dead, and she sacrificed herself, she sacrificed her health and life for you. Like, the amount of guilt her daughter is going to feel for that shit is going to be very high. She's going to be very sad. Plus, it's not going to fix the Abyss corruption. And you might be like, oh, well, if she has an ancient name, that'll help things. But it's like, it's not going to help that much. Because, like, there was that woman from the Beach Tribe who also was corrupted by the Abyss. She was going into the Abyssal Wars thing. So she clearly had an ancient name. But she still wasn't able to, the ancient name didn't protect her from the Abyss corruption. So it's like, this is not going to help. But anyway, hello there. How's it going?
これはうちの研究をまとめたものだよ。燃焼冥国の改造、うちも協力してあげる。それと、冥国が汲み取れる記憶は ミエガの過去に限定すること。もし範囲を超える記憶の抽出が分かったら、犯罪行為として見るよ。あと、データベースの作成が終わったら、すぐに燃焼明国の抽出機能を停止し、出力機能を。
ええ、約束ありがとう、シロネ。
おばちゃんも知ってるっしょ。うちってこういうのに弱いたちだって。助けが必要なら言ってくれればよかったの。
No, is this actually protecting her? Were all those conditions will that actually help her and not so she won't die? I guess if that's the case, then that's fine. If the daughter's able to get her memories back and her mother is almost no, not really. I've been streaming for about a year.
まあ確かにそうだね。でもさ、助けを必要とする。
So I guess if these precautions are able to keep her mother alive as well as the daughter, I guess that would be fine. You know, I guess that's not too bad. But anyway, I'm not interested in whatever you're having to. I'm not interested in whatever you're selling. So if you're selling art, promotional services, whatever, I'm not interested. I don't need it. I don't care. But thank you for offering.
すべて終わったら、一緒にパカルのところ。
ええ、ニエガのためな。
さーて、まずはテーブルを片付けよっか。とりあえずプランを立てる。
Oh, okay, cool. So I guess she's not gonna die. I thought there was like no way to stop her from dying or overloading herself from using it, but it seems like Xilonen understands like some way of protecting her and keeping her alive after this.
そういえばおばちゃん、
いえ、まだよ。せっかくに綺麗な箱に入れておいたわ。誕生日当日のサプライズにしようと思って。
ただの古い本だし。ニエ
ガがまた起きたのか？今回は随分と大きな音だな。まるで何かが床に落ちたみ。もしニエガが
ニエガ、大丈夫？
シロネン。お前がニエガなんだな。
ニエガ、何度も言ったでしょ？ちゃんと休んでなさいって。
Oh, okay. There was a thought. I was thinking that there was always the possibility, if I'm interested. Dude, I literally just told you I wasn't interested. Anyway, yeah, there was my thought that because they never had actually shown her, I was wondering, like, oh shit, did she turn? Did she become like a hilichurl or something? Like, is she dead? Is she like an undead zombie type thing? You know, has something gone horribly wrong with her? And, like, beyond just being corrupted by the Abyss Power. Like, did the Abyss Power do something to her? And all this would be for nothing because she's essentially, dead. But no, I guess she's alive and kicking, I guess. So I guess she's relatively fine. I thought she was older. Or is it that she... I thought she and Xilonen were the same age? Or maybe Xilonen was always supposed to be like an older sister type. Actually, I guess they did say she was an older sister type. I thought she might have been older than that, though. Like, relatively close to Xilonen's age. But I guess maybe not. Maybe she's just... Yeah,
おはよう。シロネンおね。何回も？でも
きっとまた思い違いだわ。この数日前、どうしてもその本が欲しいって言われてね。で、やっと一冊見つけたからそれを買って、この子けどその後、ニエガが急に高熱を出して、私も。
おばちゃん、その本ってどっちのやつ？
どっち？確か本を売ってくれた。私のせいで。
いいって、たかが本だし。ニエガが喜ん。ニエガは
まだオイラたタイマンお姉ちゃんに。オイラたちのことを知ってくれてたのか。
今日はなんだか体調良さそうじゃん。 ずっと引きこもってたみたいだしさ、うち
散歩ね。でもニエガの体じゃ。
大丈夫だっておばちゃん。うちと旅、もちろんそう遠くまで行かないよ。万が一何かあったら、それに、もうすぐこの子の誕生日っしょ。その買い出しにちょうどいいんじゃない？当日はドーンと祝ってあげないと。
Do I have to say I'm not interested 3 times before you realize I'm not interested, or do you require to be slapped in the face with disinterest before you get the hint?
どうかな？
お母さん、私、この間も言ってたで。ちょうど修理の終わった燃焼冥国を集落、ちょっと待っててくれる？ニエガの水筒と。
すごい荷物だな。
転ばぬ先の杖よ。さて、行きましょう。
荷物はうちが持つよ。ニエガも遠慮しなくていいから、何かあったらすぐ言ってよ。子供の頃。
そうだぞ。せっかくのお出かけなんだ。思いっきり羽を伸ばす。
みんなありがとう。お母さんもちゃんといい子。まずはイクナルのところに行きましょう。ずっと彼女の燃焼冥国を預かってたけど、やっと持ち主に返せるわ。
ラゾーリ、集落に来るなんてどうしたの？俺、ニエガちゃんまで来てるなんて。順調に良くなってるみたいだね。
Or did we meet her in chapter 1 and 2? Maybe chapter 1 or 2 we did meet her. She does kind of look familiar, but then again, like they use the same child models all the time. I think the girl in front of the gem store also is like this looks exactly the same. So maybe I might be confusing the two of them.
そうなるといいわね。今日はこれを。
わざわざ届けに来てくれたの？ありがとう。そうだ、この絵確かキラキラする。
きっと喜ぶわ。
気にしないで。
アクセサリー作りはうちに任せて。ミエが。
エンバーコーフラワーがいいと思うわ。この子エンバーコーフラワーの形のコメが欲しいってオッ
ケー。じゃごめんミエが。これ
あったあった。お待たせ。そうだニエガちゃん、今度また鉱石。この前いきなり火山硝石が欲しい。
迷惑をかけてごめんなさいね。体調が良くなってからあれこれ興味を持つようになったのよ。体が弱いせいで自由に外を歩けないでしょ。だから部族
Oh, maybe we did interact with her in the first act of this tribe's quest.
なんだかいい感じだな。新しい方の勇敢なテクイの主人公みたいに。物語だとオイラたちは今
Ah, jeez. This is like, dude, you were literally told that they were not She didn't read the same version as you. You were told that she got the one with the happy ending, which is not the same as the version you currently have. Now, obviously, Paimon's going to say something unique to the original version, and so she'll be like, "What? I don't remember that."
テクイは山と炎の女神にこの心と血を引き換えにすると女神はあなたの祈りは
そしたら我の血を炎に変え我が心で奥底に
Wait a minute. Wait. She shouldn't have read that version. Her mother said she bought her the one with the perfect version, which should just be the happy ending. Which should have been the happy ending one where they don't, like, die or something, like, where the brother's not killed and the two brothers are able to defeat the mountain god or the serpent thingy. So the fact that she remembers this, which is clearly a reference to after, you know, it's one of the brothers trying to sacrifice himself to protect his other brother, but that was, you know, but that version was obviously the brother was already killed. The snake had already invaded and possessed him. So it's really weird that she supposedly knows the version. She remembers the version from the book her mother said she didn't have. That's the one that Xilonen gave, so maybe she opened up maybe she found it, opened a present, and read it. But. Yeah, she hasn't read the other ending. It's like, what do you mean she hasn't read that is the other ending. You literally said a quote from the very end of the fucking thing. Like, the good ending was neither brother die. Oh, actually, unless they meet. Oh, I see. So maybe the story plays out exactly the same, but rather than one brother, so one brother sacrifices his blood, right, and is able to rescue his brother's name. But it could be the good ending is not just rescue his brother's name, not free him from the grip of the demon, but actually save his life. So maybe he burnt away the demon from his body, and so now both of them were both alive. Yeah, well, no shit. Well, that's what I was assuming. It depends though, because we don't know what the good ending where the good ending cut off, right? So like maybe the good ending was never that the brother got possessed and killed their tribe, and the other brother burnt his blood to save him. It could have been that they could have like changed it completely and been like, no, like these brothers fight off the demons and together they smite her, taking note, like, and their tribe is perfectly fine. Is that the good ending, or is it still assuming that her brother got possessed, killed his tribe members, and so now they're just like even with the good ending, they're still like the only two left in their tribe? Is it something like that, or like where does the good ending start essentially? Before the brother got possessed, or is it just like to save them both from the jaws of death at the very end? So like the older brother doesn't throw himself in the volcano; he just both of them survive. But at the very end, it's just like changing the very, very end, saying, yeah, he was able to save his brother in body and soul. And then they both lived happily ever after.
楽しそうに何の話をしてお母さん旅人の悪者が倒されてみんな無事にお家に帰ってハッピーエンドになるっていう素敵なお話ね。でもそんなに早く読まれちゃうとまた今度童話の本を買ってあげるから今日の夜は我慢してちょうだいね。わかった。お母さん
なかなか上物だよ。来年のニエガの誕生日には丈夫で綺麗な。でも今は今度やる誕生日会の方。
次はアポパロンのところね。おいでニエガ。お母さん。
Yeah, her mother is far too oppressive. The mother is far too overbearing. I get it, right? Like her daughter's been sick. She's riddled with guilt, so it's understandable. But still, it's gotta suck for the daughter to have such a overbearing mother. In addition to being sick. Wait. No, wait. No, what is it? This is the. Oh, was she the girl here? She can't be that. Or actually, maybe she is. Maybe actually no, that doesn't make sense because there was a girl in front of this jewelry place, and I thought she looked very similar to her, but they can't be the same person because we can't even do this part of the quest until now, until this patch. So we couldn't even have done this in 5.0, which is when we were interacting with her a lot before. So, but she's like,
それは幸運
she's been sick.
アポパロ
So how can they, have her just out here and about working for the shop if she's been sick?
偉大な内裏師が2人揃ってラゾーリ今日は何を買うん
おー、いきなりは
内裏師として部族のために尽力してくれたからな。
いつもありがとう。はい、おじさんにお礼を
おじさ
ひょっとしてにえ元気そうでよかった。
ん、ありがとう。でも大丈
あれは君の家に送ったものさ。君自身にはまだプレゼントしたことないだろ。
おばちゃん、せっかくだし選んアポパロンが作るドリルと小型ピンセットってどれも休養の時はうちもここでそうだ、子供用のハサミはまだ残ってる？
ああ、まだ少しあるぞ。裏に置いてあるから
手間かけちゃうし、それなら直接裏に行って見てくるよ。
夫。でもそういうのには詳しくないし、白ね。
ハサミの模様とか種類とかいろいろあるし、一緒に来てよね、すぐ終わるから。
Interesting. It seems like Xilonen knows
ラゾーリを引っ張ってハサミを見に
about this.
行ったぞ。世話しないやつ。ちゃんといい子で待ってるよ。もちろん手ついだぞ。あいつは家族古いバージョンだと結局家族と一緒に暮らせないけど、最後までめげなかったあいつはすっごく
Wait, what? He was able to reunite with his family. Like he was able to like his brother died, obviously. Like he was able to rescue his soul. He like spoke to his brother's soul as he freed him from the demon, even in the old version. So he did reunite with him. He didn't and then like he threw himself in the volcano too. So presumably both of them reunited in the Night Kingdom. So it's like, so they did reunite. So I don't think that's right.
ニエドはどうだ？誰が一番好きなんだ？私はコアトリクエに体を奪われてもあの強さがなかったらきっと二人とも最終決戦でコアトリクエにやられてただろう。本を読むからには物語ヒヒヒニエが今ちょうどお姉ちゃん、私そいつって悪役だろ？チボはリマークを食べた上に
Wait, what? In the old so you're saying the old version had him to eat him and take his appearance. In the new version, that didn't happen. So the good ending started pretty much at the beginning of the game, or not the game, beginning of the story, because like that was the beginning part. It was like in the first half that happened, where it's like they defend against the demons, and then for when the mother hears how these people are protecting themselves, she concocts a plan and takes over his body. That's kind of like the beginning part. And then he uses that body to fuck over his village, and then Tekil starts his quest. Like, if you're saying that the new version doesn't have that, yeah, like both survive, but like when, like, or so presumably he wasn't taken over. Yeah, so again, this is inconsistent, right? Because I don't know, Paimon's so fucking stupid. You're like, I'm gonna recite all these old things. Oh yeah, you were told that. Yeah, you were literally just told that five minutes ago. You literally came from her house where she said, yeah, she didn't recite that version. And guess what, Paimon? You only know one version, the one she didn't read. So why the fuck are you quoting that version? Like, why? You're so fucking stupid. And then they just keep bringing up, like, oh yeah. And like, no one asks, well, what's the difference between the versions, right? It's like, all we know is that it just ended at a happy ending, but we don't know how it ended and what the events were. Like, where the divergence from the old and new happened. I thought maybe the divergence only happened at the end, where it's like, oh, okay. He's able to burn his blood and save his brother, and they both walk away happy, reunited and all that shit. But it seems like, based on the fact that they mentioned that the old version is when the brother got taken over by the serpent, like, that, if that's the old version, then presumably the new version doesn't have that happen, but it's like, oh, Okay, well, the new version must be ridiculously short because, like, then if he's not taken over, then how does the... So their village is not destroyed, and he doesn't even really need to burn his blood. Like, the only reason he needed to burn his blood was to cleanse the corruption from his brother to save his name. If it's just killing the serpent, they could have done that at any time. They don't need to burn their blood for that shit. Unless they need, like, the power boost or whatever, but to cleanse their corruption either way. But then you'd think you'd just be able to, you know, have both of them burn their blood. Instead of burning one guy to the last drop, you could burn half of their blood each and be perfectly fine. So again, like, we just don't know what the actual new version is. And, like, no one asks. But it's like, sure, this has happened. This has come up multiple times that they've talked about the differences between the new and old version, but at no time have we ever asked, what happens in the new version? You know, could you give us a synopsis of what the new version is so we know how it's different? That's what a smart person would do. And of course, Paimon's not going to do it because she's fucking stupid. But even we are. So, like, that's the thing. I think there are these, like, plot holes like this where, like, the Travelers are not really known for being smart, and Paimon's known for being stupid. So her not doing it, and both of them not knowing and doing a smart thing is not completely out of character. But it just feels so dumb. Where it's just like, it's annoying when people do dumb things, right? Whereas, like, the logical thing would be to ask, what's the difference in the versions? Like, we did ask Xilonen once, but all she said, it just ends in a happy ending. But we don't know where it diverged and what specifically was different. But which is fine, because who we don't really need to know, right? At the time, we didn't really need to know, so not asking was fine. But now that, like, the difference between the two versions has come up, like, 2 to 3 times in this brief little moment, you know, that's the time to start asking questions and clarifying what the differences really are.
プレゼント選びはバッチシだよ。アポパロンが包んでおばちゃんの家まで届けてくれるって。
いいところだったのに。そうだったのか？そう言われると確かに。
ま、この件はおばちゃん、次で最後にしよっか。
So yeah, like, does Netcha know she's gonna die? Is that what she wants to let us know? That she's gonna die, or that her mother's killing herself, or that she doesn't want to cause her any suffering? Or... So yeah, we'll see.
最後に長園のところに行ってか。
じゃあ行くよ。
Oh wait, maybe this isn't the right place. Maybe this isn't the gem store. Maybe the gem store is this one down here. Yeah, or... Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like that girl, right? The bouncing girl right there. Oh, no, her hairstyle is different. Okay, never mind. And she doesn't have ears. Or, like, jaguar ears or ocelot ears or whatever you want.
助かったよ。あの火山症、十分よ。礼なんていいって。ニエガちゃんが元気になってくれたらそれでいいから。ありがとう。まったく親子揃って律儀なことで。
あれほどの燃焼冥国を作るには相当功績の長園さんがラゾーリおばちゃんの
シロネン？
うちらもあんたと同じ。
ヒヤッとしたよ。チクられるのかと思った。ただ正直なところもう隠しきれそうにないんだよね。前にパカルにも聞かれたんだ。その時は新しいアクセ遠出する時は新しい鉱脈をおっとごめん長々少し長園お姉ちゃん、あそこのアクセサリーを見ててもいい？イミッシュのところにあるやつ？いいよ。おいらもなあ、ニエガと一緒に見に行こうぜ。ナタのアクセサリーをじっくり見たことなかっただろ。本当か？それならよーく吟味し。
おばちゃんもしばらくアクセサリーなんて買ってないっしょ。見てみたら。
日のケーキ。
お姉ちゃん、私。ニエが、おいで。ごめんね、長園、シロネン。もう遅いし、ニエガの誕生日まであと少しでしょ。ああ、気にしないで。お母さん、私。また熱が上がってきたわね。さ、まったく遊んでるといつも体のことを忘れちゃうんだから。言い訳を教えた覚えは。
ごめんな。ニエガがこっちを見てるぞ。なんかおかしくないか。
今日は楽しすぎてついはしゃぎすぎちゃっただけでしょ。おんぶはうちがするよ。おばちゃんだって。
大丈夫よ。これくらい。さ、ニエが。今日は私たち親子に長いこと付き合ってくれてありがとう。シロね、旅人さん、パイモンちゃん。ニエガの誕生日会にはぜひ来てちょうだいね。ええ。
そうだね。おばちゃん、うちが。
はいはい。シロネンお姉ちゃんがくれた本には特別な意味が込められている。
ん？保管するだけ？
この童話は何回も読み聞かせて。
だったら大丈夫だよ、おばちゃん。だって。
他と。
まあ、そんな大差ないけど。ただ、物語の結末。
Yeah, so like again, this contradicts what they literally just said, right? Oh, the majority is the same, but the ending is different. It's like, well, then, yeah, then it was like how I was initially positing, where the brother's still taken over by the snake, or by the demon king, and maybe his brother is able to actually purge the demon from him and rescue him, both body and soul, versus just freeing his soul. But then Paimon literally says, "Well, the old version has the brother get possessed." So, well, if that's the old version, you wouldn't have it. Like, supposedly that's the same in both versions. So, if what Xilonen says is correct, then him being possessed happens in both versions. But Paimon specifically says, "Well, the old version has this happen." It's like, well, then that would imply that the new version doesn't. But then I wouldn't say the majority is the same when this thing that happens near the beginning of the story, and like him being possessed destroys their tribe. He like murders everyone in their tribe. Like Tekkel the Brave is the last living member of his tribe after that catastrophe that happened because his brother was possessed, right? So it's like the majority can't be the same if that didn't happen. So like yeah, they contradict themselves, and that's why
出版されたのはニエガが病気になるより。
シロね、いつからそんなに童話に興味を持つようになったの？
別に、うちはただ疑問に思っただけ。もしおばちゃんの言うニエガの症状、古いバージョンの勇敢なテクイの結末も言い換えれば、もしニエガが古いバージョンを病気になってから。
ちょっとわからないのだけれど、たかだか物語の私の知らないところでニエガがこっそり抜け出して
だね。その可能性は否定しないよ。病気になった後、じゃあ聞きに行こっか。集落のみんな、うちらの部族で本を売ってる店なんて。
集落の人は冥国を持っているし、もしかしたらそれに関する記憶。
つうことは、年少冥国がここ最近の。おばちゃん、前にも言ったっしょ。
家に他にも本がある。
その血を焼き尽くしたくはない。しかし君の答えて、ニエガ。
ニエガ、部屋に戻りなさい。いい子にするって
ニエガ、手紙を出したのはあんたで、うちに本をねだったのもあんた。自分のために声を上げられさ。
この名を刻みつけてくれ、兄さん。たまりなさい。
今のって古い本。
知ってる。私全部知ってるの。白根お姉ちゃん、助けて、お願い。
塞がれちゃったぞ。
下がって。
what was the thing, like, what was the barrier she had?
道も塞がれちゃってる。
What the fuck?
おばちゃんが予備で作った名国って全部ここにあるんだよ。
During his time, but this guy probably considered that lean girl, pregnant sisters and stuff like that. So that's what they did. Yeah.
Oh, they don't understand. Oh, I see. That's weird. I don't get why the mother was so like. I don't quite get this. Was she overreacting because she knows what she's doing is wrong, and she's like, oh shit, this can prove that what I've been doing is wrong? Is that the whole point? Like, do I have 60 of these? Oh, I don't. Shit, I need more of these. So like, that's why I'm kind of like, shit. Is that what's happening? Is that the one I need? Starting call? No, it's the other flower. Stand up. No. So that's why I kind of don't get. Why, like, she reacted that strongly, right? Like, she reacted way too strongly for that. Like, oh my god, my daughter remembered a portion of the book? Now, it could be that, you know, it could be an extension of she just recognizes that she understands that she could understand that, what she's doing is affecting people. Yeah, is that? So yeah, like he was like, oh my god, like my daughter said this thing, so she must remember that. And it's like, sure, Xilonen was like, yeah, obviously she's remembering stuff she shouldn't. I just go in there, or do I have to be? Oh, okay, I still can enter even. Oh, what? Oh, I'm using the trial version of her. God damn it. So she doesn't have her nice, pretty wings. Oh my god, dude, fuck off! Just go up the fucking wall! Jesus, fuck, that's annoying. Oh yeah, the tribe can go up. Oh yeah, except when they fucking can't. Yeah, so it's not actually fucking working. So it's just like, yeah, she can do this. Oh, except when she fucking can't. You literally said that this is what she can do, and then you fucking fail at it. Like, what? Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? So essentially I've gone too far now, I think. Or no. So like, yeah, she can go up. Except she didn't. She just... Like, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, she didn't go up, and then she fucking fell, and then I can't get back up again because you fucked me over like that. It's like, dude, fuck off. So that was fucking dumb. And then it's like, yeah, she can't... And she also can't go, like, crawl up the normal parts of the wall. It's just like, really? So now she died because they fucked me over with a stupid fucking bullshit. She has no fucking health. I guess I'll give her a little bit of health. So yeah, I think that's fucking annoying, where it's like, yeah, like that. Like, why? Why would you design parts of the wall that fuck you over like that? Just fucking make it normal. Like, just stop fucking around. Just stop fucking around. Why would you do that? Why would you get the fuck off? Jesus, fuck! Like, I don't want to stop you from fucking off. Why did you start skating like that? Like, dude, Jesus, fuck. Sometimes these are fucking annoying. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? And of course I can't go up, so I'm gonna die again because they fuck me. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're not gonna jump properly. No, no.
じゃあ行くよ。
Jesus Christ, this zone sucks dick. It's just like, come on, dude. Yeah, it's just. They were like, oh, let's do this whole thing. But then they like kind of fuck you over because like normally it wouldn't matter. Like if you're in the open world, it doesn't matter. But because they want to like really hammer home the mechanics of this, they're like, okay, cool. Like, you have to do it this way or you die, and there's nothing you can do about it. But because they designed it so poorly, you fucking die anyway. Like. So the idea is like, oh, the whole point of her is that she can use her thing to crawl up, and then realistically, anyone would be able to crawl up these walls, but they made the walls unclimbable, and even her ability, which should be able to climb all walls, doesn't, because they want to reinforce that you can't do it like that. So do I have to go up this thing? Is that what I have to do? I'm not sure. Like, I guess I have to go like this. But the problem is like there's shit like that where it's like, yeah, we're gonna design the crystal in a really stupid way that obstructs you from moving easily, so that you have to like do something dumb, and I can't see shit, so I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Is it that way, maybe? Oh, I see, up here. Yeah, like you just. I mean, the biggest problem I think with her ability is the camera angle gets a little weird when she's doing it. But basically what happened is why she's so low in health is because, like, at an earlier part, he was like, oh, okay, you got to go up the wall. Like, they tell you to go up the wall, so I go up the wall. But because of a ridge in the crystal, she basically falls off. So she falls off, doesn't latch on, and falls, and then she falls into the lava, and she dies. Because I can't crawl back. I can't get back up. Because they made all the walls, all the normal walls that any normal person would be able to climb up, they made them unclimbable. So because I fell down, because they put a ridge in the crystal and when she was going up, she unlatched from the crystal and then fell into the lava, I can't get back up. So she died in the lava. And then there was just like another instance where it's like, yeah. And then just the camera angle for this was like fucking insane, where it's like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Because, they latch the camera as you go up the crystal. So it's like, it's hard to see out from the crystal. Because, like, the only way to get here is you have to know, oh, I'm going up the crystal, but I also have to be able to look out from the crystal. And then because they put these ridges in, which make the crystal make more sense, it's like, yeah, sure, it's a crystal. It's going to have imperfections and all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. But because they do that shit, it just makes it more frustrating and annoying. And then it's just exacerbated by the fact that it's like, yeah, and you can't climb up the walls like a normal person either. Which is like, great, awesome. So I can't crawl up the walls. So I can't crawl up the walls like a normal person, so it's like, that obviously fucks you over. I see some people. Come on. So yeah, I think it's just kind of poorly designed. I don't think they should have done it like that. Like, I get that they're trying to like really hammer in home. There we go. I get that they're trying to hammer in home. They're like, yeah, sure, like, really, we want to make you use your abilities and all that shit. Jesus fucking Christ, yes. And who doesn't love when they just redirect camera focus against your will? Like, I get that they're like, oh yeah, it's like, I get it. There's stuff over there, but like, like when I really don't want my camera to be like moved forcibly, right after a battle. It's like right after a battle, like I'm sorting shit out. Like I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? Hell, even just a marker like that, like that's fine. You don't have to like direct my attention to the door and that, like, or at the very least, like, make it so that, like, after I get my chest, and then, like, I start going this way, and then they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, there's something up here. Like, there's been a few times like that where they just like, yeah, like that. It's like, oh, you do something, and then that happens. Fine, you know, that's all you need to do. Put a little thingy on there. Second you interact with it, it's like, oh shit, there's that, right? Like, I just don't like when they redirect camera, like, because there's been a few times where it like fucks you over. It's like at the start of races too, they do that as well. Oh, I see. I gotta be quick about this shit. Okay. Or do I gotta be quick? Okay, so I guess I gotta then run into this thing real quick. Oh, I see. I'll land in this, I guess. Or maybe not. Oh, I see. So I have to keep it going, right? And then just like the way you have to move while you're on this is kind of annoying. Okay, so then it's probably this. Why can't I interact with this? Oh, is that I have to wait for it to go in? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, like it's just a combination of a bunch of stuff. I dislike the fact that they kind of force me to. They're just basically forcing you to be. The fact that they make walls unclimbable to force you to use her skill and stuff. It's like her skill's really fun to use. Right? Like I really like her skill. It's a lot of fun. I would use it more often than not. But the fact that they force you to do it by making walls unclimbable, it's like, really? Like, really? Come on. Like, just incentivize us to use it without forcing us to use it. Especially because they make the walls unclimbable. That also means if you ever fuck up, you die. Because this is, like, everything's above lava. So if you fuck up, miss a jump, or some weird thing happens while you're, mid-movement, and you fall, for instance, like what happened to me earlier, you die. You can't get back up. You're stuck. You're on the ground. You can't get back up. There's no way to climb back up. They designed it so you, under the assumption that you would just never fail ever. Which is like, So, I don't think they should do that. They should make everything climbable. Because, it's still faster to use Xilonen's thing, so most people would do it anyway. All you do by making the things unclimbable is you're just making it, you're just fucking people over if something goes wrong. Which I think is just bad design. Yeah, you shouldn't punish people. You shouldn't design a game so that it punishes you for failing. What you should do is you should encourage people to do the path you want them to take. By making making a lot of things that Xilonen can easily traverse. People will naturally use her like that. But if you if you just leave walls climbable, sure, some people might be able to bypass this or that. But especially for this part where it was you had to flip the switch and get up there, and it's there's no way to do it other than using Xilonen's skill. So just do that. Yeah, I knew. So in my last playthrough of this, I was saying what she was doing is incredibly selfish. I was saying, well, yeah, it's not. You're not doing this for the benefit of your daughter. You just feel insecure that she doesn't view you as her mother, and you feel really guilty about what happened, and you're just doing this selfishly for yourself. She just wants her old daughter back to make her not as guilty, to make her remember her as her mother properly. It's just her own insecurities and guilt that are basically driving this whole thing, which is obviously a selfish thing. It's her daughter, seems mostly fine. It's hard to say. We don't really know what her disease was. And, she was corrupted by the Abyss. Is she fine? It seems like everyone else corrupted by the Abyss dies pretty quick. So the fact that she survived this long.
ニエがお一人にしたのは私。必ず怖がらないで。
Like, is she actually getting better? Like, the doctor said she was stable, so I assume it's a real doctor. So I guess she is really stable, but like, is she ever going to get better? Is she always going to be almost dead? Yeah.
同じ集落の子よ。この子の両親は以前のアビスの侵攻で命を落としたの。でも偶然、この子の誕生日は。
Oh, okay. I see. So that isn't really her daughter. Then, wait, and what was going? So, what? So she was what? She found this random girl, and she just locked her in her old daughter's room and never let her escape. Like, why was she fine with it? Let me maybe see. I assume what they mean is she's an orphan then. That she was raised, because otherwise it seems like she just kidnapped a random child and her real parents are like out there looking for her. So presumably she just found an orphan with the same birthday as her daughter, tried to raise her. Yeah, this is got really creepy all of a sudden. Is she really my child? No, of course she's not your child. You literally said you kidnapped her. Obviously she's not your child. Wow. Also does beg the question of why is this? Actually, no, I guess if she is an orphan, she really has nowhere else to go. Like, she could ask for help. Who would help her? Like, no one would imagine that she's so crazy. Oh, it even if it cost me everything, it's like costs you everything. It seems like you're wiping her memory. I mean, initially it did seem like doing this would actually kill her as well. That's why I thought like that was the whole thing. Is if this whole process kills her, then maybe it's not as selfish. But if this is really her daughter, then that would also kind of suck. But yeah, actually, one of my theories was because we never saw her daughter until recently. I was thinking, oh shit, like, is her like? I was actually thinking her daughter was not just dead, but like had turned into a hilichurl or something. Like the abyss corruption had like corrupted her into a non-human thing, and that's why we're never seeing her, because like she kept her locked up and it's like, yes, that's my daughter. You know, like no matter what she looks like, she is, no matter how corrupted she got, but. It seems like, and then she appeared, and we went outside and walked with her. I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess they're just using the illness. So I guess she's not really sick then. And who's the doctor who said that she is stable and doesn't have abyss corruption, or who has? Because like a doctor said she was stable, presumably also noticed that she has abyss corruption. If she didn't have that all of a sudden, then you'd think the doctor would notice that. So I am kind of curious if she's actually sick, or if she's just a random kidnapped girl who is perfectly healthy, but has just been locked up by this crazy woman.
無駄よ。燃焼明国はすべて配置した。あなたがアイデアをくれたおかげよ。このニエガが帰ってきたら、誕生日会に招待してあげるわ。
おい、まさか強行突破するつもりか？
この明国図には穴がある。もうすぐボロが出るから、うちの合図に。
ニエが大丈夫。
3、
ずっとそばにいるわ。
2、
さあ、ニエが。
1。
大丈夫よ。安心して。もうすぐお母さんに会えるからね。ニエが。
近づいちゃダメ。この記憶は歪んでる。この霧は歪んだ記憶の叫びだよ。触れたら支配されて 二度と自分を取り戻せなくなる。
どこにいるの？薬なんて飲みたくない。痛いよ。どうして私しかいないの？
ニエがどうして？
薬なんかいらない。ずっと一緒にいて、もう見捨てないで。
She's gonna turn into a boss. We're gonna fight her. No, I guess not.
ラゾーリ、あんたはその手でニエガという名を全てを束縛する檻にした。そろそろその子の声を聞いて。
I mean, she looks sick in all scenes. She's ridiculously hot. But yeah, she's pretty cool.
集い散り燃え尽き蘇り死ぬ。神聖の炎のために黎明の一角を見せよ。
お母さんが一緒にいるからニエがずっと
お母さん、私ずっとそばにいたよ。やっと耳を傾けてくれた。古き枝に息く新芽、生いし花を守る若葉、巡りし万象、共に大地へ帰らん。知り合って随分経つのに会うのは初めてだね。あなたがニエガなの？うん。あなたの名前は？私はニペカ。素敵な名前だね。ニペカ、私は昨日のあなたに祝福を捧げる。これからの明日が何の憂いもなく幸福であらんことを。
ニエガがいたわ。ニエガシロね、あなたもこの手で触れて抱きしめること。あの灰色の影も何か些細な誤差に過ぎないはず。
おばちゃん、まだ
気づく？何に？何も。あの子は私のことを怒っていて無視しているだけよ。あの子は昔。
おばちゃん、いい。燃焼冥国で呼び出したのは、おばちゃんはみんなからニエガに関するを集めた記憶の中には本物の思い出以外にも気づかなかった。みんなが重病、死に瀕した子供の手を握りながら、ニエガの弱々しい呼吸、悲しみと痛み以外に、
私は
その感情はすべてあんたの手によって。さっき灰色の人影がいくつか現れたでしょ。あれは過去を映した姿。逆に本物のニエガが伝えようとした言葉はどれも歪んだ悲しみによって上書きされてしまった。
そんなつもりなかったの。
ニエガはおばちゃんに役に立たないって言われたコメイはあらゆる手を尽くし、何もかもを投げ出し、自分のコメイの意味を忘れたわけじゃないよね。
私の孔明は、
そのコメイはあんたとニエガの間に名前とは過去から未来への祝福。これ、ニエガに名前をつけて、けど今その人は自分の手でニエガの名を檻に変え、罪のない子供を。
You've imprisoned yourself, just like how we're going to be imprisoning you shortly afterwards because you're a criminal.
ニエガは私の全てよ。あの子がいない未来なんて考えられない。祝福はニエガけどね、何も見えない。毎日自分のことを憎み、コメのことを憎んだわ。あの子も。
ニエガも自分のこと。おばちゃん、ニエガが最後に残した祝福を感じられないのは本物の過去を忘れたからだよ。過去をなくした名前は根のない枯れ木に過ぎない。 これでおしまい。
おい、ゆっくりで大丈夫だぞ。シロね、ニエが、ニペカはもう立てるみたいだ。すぐそっちに行くから待っててくれ。
I'm actually surprised. Like you'd think she'd be the kind of deranged, crazy lady who would have made her hairstyle the same too. So the fact that her hairstyle is different, it's like, really? You think she'd try to make her look almost as identical as possible.
私なら平気だよ。
よかった。もし本当にここでおしゃべりするのもある。
ラゾーリはどうするんだ？
安心して。おばちゃんは。じゃあ行くよ。
I mean, her hair color was also, Necha's was darker, but like you can't change hair color, I'm fine with that. But yeah, the hairstyle, it's like that's something that the mother could easily control.
これでよしっと。おばちゃんは鍵をかけた部屋の中でぐるぐる巻きにしといたよ。後で集落に、今はここを離れて日向ぼっこでもしよっか。あんだけ大暴れしたし。
I mean, they kept mentioning the story, but realistically, the story really didn't have much to do with anything. Like, I kind of thought this was going to be an allegory, where it's like, oh, okay, the events in the story were very similar to what the events were now, but they really weren't. Like, it wasn't like they were able to, like, burn away the badness. Like, the mother is still crazy. She's still affected by these, like, things. It's not like, you know, they burnt away the illusion. She's like, oh my god, I see the error of my ways. I can't believe I was doing this. I've protected my daughter's name. She still was like crazy at the end. So the story doesn't really make sense other than just being able to use it as a method of proof that this girl is not her daughter.
しかも、あと、そうだな。カウントダウンするシロネ、すっごくかっこよかったぞ。一瞬で距離を。
ニペカがめげなかったおかげだよ。この子が勇敢に何度も助けを求めてくれてなかったら、そう簡単におばちゃんの計画には気づ。
Yeah, of course. I mean, you saw me roller skate all with her out of the to this spot. I only had her as a trial within that instance. The second we came out, I used my Xilonen to skate to this location.
これまでにも何度か試したの。でも家によく来てくれたおじさんやおばさんたちはそれに何を話しても病気のせいだって。あの人が涙を流せばみんな慰める。私が送る手紙も受け取ったプレゼントも全部ラゾーリさんに確認されてね。
Wow, that's pretty fucked up.
飲むと何日も眠っちゃうし。
So basically,
すごく悪くなっちゃう。
yes. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, do you have the money for it? If you have excess money or prima gems, then yes, 100%. It is ridiculously useful. Like, so obviously because you're C2, you get C1. So the C1 gives you increased duration in our skill, which really helps for overworld traversal. So traveling through Natlan feels great because you can stay in her skating form longer. And then of course you get interrupt resistance as part of that. And then C2 is just really cool because obviously it buffs shitloads of stats. Like I think I compared a pre and post. So like my Dea, my Dea is an energy recharge energy recharge Dea. So her attack is pretty low at like 1600 or something. But when Xilonen's buff is up, it goes up to like 1900 or 2000 or something like that. Combined with the fact that you're getting a lot of damage resistance reduction. So yeah, like the buffs C2 gives to their respective elements is definitely helpful. And the Electro one is really crazy too, because like it's completely unique. No other character has anything like that. Like, because the Electro one is so unique, it's really hard to tell how good it is. But like as an example, it increases your energy recharge by 25% and reduces the cooldown for an Electro's burst by 6 seconds. So Kaching has like a 40 energy cost on her burst and a 12-second cooldown, because that's basically what it is. If it costs 40 energy, it's a 12-second cooldown. 60 energy is a 15-second, and 80 energy and above is a 20-second. So Kaching can do her burst every 6 seconds in a day apart, or in a Xilonen party. So if you have Kaching and Xilonen, she can just like constantly do her burst, and her burst is a big source of her damage. So it's also kind of hard to tell like how good it is, because it's so unique, and like you'd have to probably design a party around it to like make use of like, okay, well, who would benefit the most and has the energy recharge enough. Like, so I think Raiden would probably work really well with her too, because like Raiden, you typically build her with a shitload of energy recharge. So if you reduce her burst cooldown even further, that means she'll still be able to do her burst off cooldown because her energy recharge is so high. And being able to do her burst every 12 seconds means that you can like, and her burst also recharges the energy for everybody else, can like supercharge everyone's energy. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with C2 and Xilonen when it comes to Electro. And then the other ones are just buffs. So, buffing geo damage, buffing attack for fire, buffing crit damage for ice is really cool too, because ice has so many, like the ice resistance, the ice resonance increases crit rate. The Blizzard Strayer set also increases crit rate. So if you're fighting Cryode and frozen enemies, your crit rate is already pretty damn good. But with Xilonen, you get a nice little boost to crit damage as well. So that like, it's really, really very versatile. And she's like good in a lot of party comps too, like Xilonen in general. Like, that's why she's just so good, is that like she works with so many things. She works in so many teams. Yeah, sure. I just gave her the support set from Natlan. I think. Yeah, I think I did. That's the cool thing too, is that building her is so easy because you don't really need to care about anything. Like for support Xilonen, all you really need is defense. And you could go healing circlet, or you could just go crit rate circlet. I went crit rate circlet so that she can still kind of do some decent DPS if I want to. And if I ever put her in a team where her burst doesn't heal but does DPS. No, never enough. Praise me more.
全部片付いたし、ミペカはもう安全なはずだよ。
白根お姉ちゃん、私もちろん好きなことをやっていいんだぜ。でも私が知ってることはどれもニエガお姉ちゃんと同じだから。好きなニエガお姉ちゃんじゃないのにお姉ちゃんじゃないといけなかった。わからないよ、白根お姉ちゃん。私
安心して、ニペカ。燃焼冥国はもう機能してない。
けど、自分の名前以外何も覚えてないの。もしかして、このまま何も思い出せない。
Oh, she lost her memory too? This whole process of making her lose her memory? That sucks. Although, I mean, if she was an orphan anyway, probably not going to be the nicest of memories. Although, I guess she would have forgotten her real parents. That would kind of suck. They might have been nice people, and they might have just died, unfortunately.
ほら、これをあげる。ラゾーリおばちゃんが保管し。
燃焼冥国じゃないか。白根、
いいよ、別物だよ、これは。ただの綺麗な、これはあんたが最初にもらった祝福。これがニペカを守って、ずっとそばにいて。
でも、お父さんとお母さんの名前
何もかも元通りになるだなんて。けど一つ言えることは、この先どんなことがニペカ、あんたはこれからゆっくり成長し、ニペカって名前はあんたの自分の名前。そして
その意気だぜ、ニペカ。
ありがとう。白根お姉ちゃん。
We'll be always with you. Well, see ya. We're heading off to the next country. 5.2 drop. We're off to the new zone. We'll never see you again. Bye-bye.
まあどうしてもやりたいことが思いつかなくても大丈夫だよ。気楽にやるのが一番だからさ。同じ集落の人間なんだし、そん時は結果が出るまでうちの工房にいていいよ。茶碗が一つ増えたところでなんてことないからね。まあうまくいくかわからないし、そういう運任せの方法を当てにするなら、まずまあそう深く考えないでやってこ。じゃ、うちはラゾーリおばちゃんを集落に連れてくね。
I mean, if you know when she was adopted, then if you know, I mean, she said she was kidnapped a few years ago. You just got to figure out if she can remember, or if you can get out of her mother or her fake mother when she was kidnapped. You could try to look for deaths around that time to determine who her parents were.
好きな食べ物とかある？
私？
オッケー。じゃあ行こっか。やることが山ほど残ってるし。
She's got a little apprentice.
しばらく休めそうにないね、こりゃ。
So just like the Sith, there's always two. So because they basically got rid of the old name engraver, she's taken an apprentice.
ああ、そうそう。一つ言い忘れてた。誕生日おめでとう。ニペカ。
Ah, that's a nice screenshot. Oh, well, that's not yet. Anyway, yeah, so this is my Xilonen. Not perfect. So I have the Nat lens set. She's not perfect because I haven't really farmed this set that much. Even my Milani doesn't have the she doesn't have this artifact set. Milani has just some random other shit. So it's because I haven't farmed it at all. These are just random pieces I got, but I did have a crit rate piece. So attack percent, I don't need attack percent. This is just kind of shit. Energy recharge is kind of useful, but I don't need attack. I don't need HP. Defense percent goblet, it's fine, but again, flat attack, flat defense, and attack percent, all things I don't really need for her, because nothing she does is attack scaling. Defense percent, this one's actually okay. 10% crit rate, that's pretty fucking sweet. But elemental mastery, it's my curse. I always get elemental mastery. I always roll on elemental mastery when I have to make something for a Geo user, where elemental mastery is completely useless. Same for this. 58 elemental mastery. Great, thank you. Thank you for giving elemental mastery for a Geo user. And then this. Energy recharge is fine. Rolling flat defense is not amazing, but at least it's defense. And she did roll at least once in the crit rate. But yeah, once in the crit rate, 2 into energy recharge, and 2 into flat defense. Obviously not great. But I still level it up anyway, because I'm I want a proper set. She's not even actually properly ascended yet. Mainly because with doing this, with doing her character quest, you get 6 of these things. So I didn't want to level her up to max. I think get a bunch of these that I don't need anymore because I already ascended her. So once I get that, I'll probably go hunt for a few more of these, and then fully ascend her. But yeah, you basically want to stack her with defense percent, getting her up to, I think, 2800, or maybe 2900 or so. Because with the buff from her sword, you'll give the max damage. 25. You'll get extra defense for attacking with basics, which is what you do naturally anyway. So I have enough money for that. There we go. And I will eventually triple crown her as well, because she is very, very useful and incredibly hot. So, obviously. And so I got her C2. So like those are just ridiculously good. Like 60% crit damage for cryo that already usually stacks crit rate. Like this is the kind of cool thing. Like it'd be good for freeze teams, right? So like you could be like, because you could now use Data as the healer, so you don't need a water healer. So you could have like Furina, you could have like Ayaka, Shenhe, Furina, and Xilonen, and now your freeze team will do even more damage because we have Furina buffing your attack, also applying Hydro. Well, Furina buffing your damage really, and applying Hydro. Ayaka doing her freezing, and then Xilonen doing resistance reduction, as well as getting a 60% crit buff is amazing. But yeah, the Elemental Burst CD is really interesting. It's very, very unique. So if you have the Primo Gems, I would say getting her to C2 is definitely very, it's not like immune to power creep, but I'd say she's very versatile. She's very good in a lot of team comps, and I think she'll be just, wait, where's the workshop? Oh, the next day. I gotta. So she's very versatile in a lot of team comps, as well as, but even with other supports. Like she's kind of on par with Kazuha when it comes to damage buffing. So Kazuha will resist resistances, but she has other utility, and getting her to, and like she's only on par with Kazuha. Kazuha has to be like super built. So I saw showcases where it was like a Kazuha with like 945 elemental mastery, whereas for Xilonen, you don't have to do shit. Like you just need to boost her defense, and even still, her defense doesn't like her defense is useful for her weapon because you can boost elemental damage based on her defense. But if you don't have that weapon, her defense doesn't really matter because like nothing. This elemental resistance reduction doesn't depend on her defense. It does damage based on her defense, so does this, and this heals based on her defense. But the actual elemental resistance is purely based on the talent level, so it doesn't really matter. That was that. There's this, I guess. Well, this only boosts her own defense. So it's not really. Yeah, so. Yeah, so like her actually, the only reason to maximize her defense is if you want to go DPS with her. So once you can go and do or have her rollerblades hit for a lot of damage, have the burst hit for a lot of damage, and have the heal for a lot. But defense doesn't really matter. So like the artifacts you need are pretty basic. Honestly, all you need is just this set, and that's it. Like it doesn't matter what the stats are really. The stats will just improve her DPS, and that's pretty much it. With the sole exception, if you have her weapon, you want to get her defense at least to like 28 or 2900, because then this will give a bonus. Yeah. Like there's Chaska. Chaska's in the next patch. She looks really cool. And then Mavica is in the patch afterwards. So I would say get her at the very least because she's just super useful. But, and like, yeah, C2 again, it's an investment. Like you have to put a lot of effort into it. Actually, let me just skip to the next day. Just the next day or? So yeah, just getting her is fine. Like I saw a showcase where they're showing Gobo's damage from Zhengling. Oh, you got her weapon? Yeah, her weapon's. That's all you really need. Because the issue is, I mean, C1 is useful definitely because like if you're going to be traveling around Natlan, or even just traveling around anywhere, it increases the duration which she can be on her roller skates, which is that's always nice. But like there are other characters. So if you have Sayu, if you have Xilonen, you can use their skills to have increased movement as well. So it's not super required. It's just a nice little bonus if you're already planning to get C2, and C2 is a great bonus. And yeah, if you just get it, maybe on our next rerun, or maybe if you get one constellation every time she's on a rerun, eventually getting her to C2, that would be pretty cool.
まだ検討中だってさ。コメの技術を使った犯罪なんて参考にできる事例が限られてるからね。バカルはしばらく頭を抱えることになるんじゃない？
I mean, yeah, never used an ancient name to commit a crime. Well, yes, that's part of her crime, but kidnapping a girl is also the other part. Unless she properly adopted her. I guess if she properly adopted the child, then maybe she wouldn't be a crime for that. And she didn't really like mistreat her too much, although if the child says that his or her mother drugged her, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a crime for like it's a crime for us in a modern society, because that's obviously child abuse. But like, this is a fantasy world. Do they have such stringent laws? Maybe not. But yeah, I mean, I think kidnapping probably, unless she was properly adopted. But if she was properly adopted, then couldn't you get her parents from that? She had to adopt her from somewhere. Someone has to know who she was.
もう完成してる燃焼名国についてはうちが対応。とにかくおばちゃんのコメに問題が生じ、コメといえばいいニュースもあんだ。燃焼名国に取り込まれたすべての燃焼名国の機能が停止したら、記憶は元の道をたどって持ち主のところに戻るみたい。そういうこと。でも今になって思うとさ、けど本当にいなくなった今、こうして思い出せるよ。今はうちの工房で休んでるよ。部族の人にもその結果が出るまで時間がかかるだろうし、どれも今後の話だけどね。今はゆっくり眠らせ、睡眠を十分。
Okay. So there we go. Let me just zip over here and turn it in. I already have the tribes all maxed out. Had her tribe maxed out even before. Okay, oh yeah, yes. Boop. It's a shame I can't turn. I wanted to keep turning these in because. Oh, I can still do these. Okay, cool. I wanted to turn these in because one, it's super easy, and two, you get artifact experience for it. But then they were like, nah. You can't do the easy one. You have to do the bounties. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I need... Wait, what? Oh, yeah. That was a reward from this. Here we go. Oh, shit, I got 30. That's all I needed. I forgot. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was assuming I'd have to go look for some more flowers, but that gave me 30, so I just need 9 more. So three kills of this thing. Yeah, let me turn in my dailies real quick. My friendship team on the field. Get my max companionship experience.
無事今日の依頼星と親友
Yeah, and that was the sweaty ka-ching thing, where there's a lot of button mashing. This one's far easier to do, but it takes a little longer, I think.
風雪の縮図部外者結晶せよふっ憲兵恩を断つジャッジメントはっ粉々よそれはっはっガンザー8区ふっそれ目には目をはっよっふっそこそれよっわめきなさいよっ結晶せよはっふっそこ
揺らぐことなし。やっ天理チョーク。
ジャッジメントそれへいはっよっふっ走行の恩それよっふっわめきなさいふっ
I do like the improvement they've done, where all you have to do is teleport out and then back in, and it resets. Before, I think it was like, you'd wait 2 minutes, but it's like, come on, just let me do it easily. Just let me teleport out and in, or log out and in. Like, there's really no reason to like lock it behind anything.
瑠璃のように落ちなさいおさわり粉々よわめきなさいはいよっ
Yeah, because it's like the people who do it want to do it like back to back. Like, you need so many of these things that it's like you want to just go back, keep doing it over and over and over again. So the fact that they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to wait 2 minutes for like reasons. It's like, come on.
はっせ付き合い。
部外者キス粉々よよっ目には目をそれ
霹靂先陣。はっやっ天道万象。
結晶せよ兵糧のようにうなれ砕け散れふっはっよっよっそこはっよっわめきなさいそれ目には目を
Yeah, this is my set it and forget it team. This is like, you don't need to care. It obviously can take longer. So like, it's physical. Eula, physical is just always kind of shit in general, but... And like, oh yeah, I forgot about that caveat. Is that, so Xilonen does do buffs and resistance shredding, but there are some elements that don't apply. Yeah, you could do it like that. I'm on a PS5, so teleporting there and back is super quick because it's an SSD anyway. So zipping here and zap. Either way, it's fine. Plus, another reason to zip to a teleport is you can heal up in case you needed it. But yeah, so there is a caveat about Xilonen. She only buffs Geo, So basically, she buffs all but 2 elements. She does not buff Dendro, and she does not buff Anemo. So like that's the only caveat about her, is that she will not buff that. So not a huge problem because she buffs, the elements that matter the most. Hydro, fire, Hydro, Pyro, Electro, and Cryo all get buffs, and those are where all the big, huge reactions come in. So not a huge problem, but obviously you're not going to want to put her in a Dendro team that only does Dendro damage. Alright, here we go. And now the final ascension. Hopefully I don't have money to level her up. Shit, I don't. God damn it. Okay, well I'll have to do that later then. Actually, do I have any condensed resin? Actually, no, I need too much money. I'm too dirt poor. Oh, I can read. Oh, okay. Oh, I can read the new version. Oh, okay. The flame. Oh, okay. So she did possess him regardless. Okay, yeah. So she did. So in the new and old version, she did possess the brother. It's just that in the new version, the very end was different. Okay. Which is weird because Paimon literally says, "Oh, but in the old version, the brother got possessed by the snake." It's like, well, the old and new version both have that. So why you didn't mention that the old version has it? So that was an inconsistency. What the hell? Oh, I went too far down. There we go. So Xilonen's thing should have appeared. There we go. So I guess the basis for this is that these all. Actually, that's kind of interesting then, because doesn't this mean that you have to fill this out completely to get your ancient name? So doesn't that mean there's going to be like a story? There's going to be an Archon quest or some sort of character quest or something that's going to force you to have this complete? And maybe, or unless maybe you only need the middle ring. Maybe you need the center and these ones. But like that's the Xilonen one. I think one of these is Milani's quest. This is Milani's quest. Maybe. Oh yeah, no. Well, yeah, I think that was her. I think that was Milani's. Going to the secret underground island. I think this is Kanich's one. So it's kind of forcing you to do the tribal quests and get them unlocked. Plus, they also give you these. Chaska and Auron are the next characters to pop up. Let's see, do I have a Barbara on my team? Oh, here we go. A Barbara in this team. I know. Yeah, and then Mavica is going to be in the patch after, so 5.3. Yeah, and Chaska looks really interesting. She summons a revolver. She essentially is power creeping Wanderer. Although I don't know if she's going to be a pure DPS. She might be. Seems like she's a pure DPS. She's more of a pure DPS. Maybe she's DPS sub DPS. But yeah, she summons a humongous revolver, which she floats on and shoots animo bullets. And the distance she can travel on it is farther than the Wanderer can. So it's like it's a new, improved Wanderer. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it with that. I wanted to finish up Xilonen's quest, which I did. Very pleased about that. Pretty interesting. It does kind of suck that, like the evil villain, like, we get the mother's, gone crazy and she's just racked with grief and all that shit, but it is a shame that, like, even after all that, she's still crazy and she still, like, wants to do her dastardly plan. Like, she wasn't able to see the error of her ways. Like, I thought that was kind of what was going to happen. Like, she was able to cleanse her daughter in her own eyes, and the mother would be like, oh, I got it. I have to just learn to live with this, and maybe even try to treat Nepecha better to kind of make up for how she treated her earlier. To be like, fine, I'll try to be a real mother to her as herself. Kind of a redemption arc type thing, where they're like, nah, she's fucking crazy. She's going to jail now. They're like, oh, okay. It's like that's the whole thing, is that the Tepeko the Brave was all about, like, a redemption arc, and, like, no one really got redeemed. Like, you could say the daughter, the daughter didn't really, like, the child didn't get redeemed because, she did nothing wrong to begin with. You could say, like, the mother was the one, like, who was wallowing in darkness, and that would be, like, the equivalent of the brother who was possessed by the Demon King, but the mother wasn't saved. Well, I mean, she's definitely going to jail, because what she did was definitely illegal. I don't know if there's, like, an equivalent of a jail here, but I'm pretty sure she's locked away forever. Like, she treated a child like shit. That's probably not, that's probably illegal. No one's used ancient names to commit a crime, but, like, what she did, was siphoning memories from her tribe's member. Like, there's no way in hell they'll just be like, yeah, sure, fine, the memories are back. Well, water under the bridge. Like, no, she's fucked. Like, she's definitely going to prison. So, but yeah, like, she was the equivalent of the younger brother, and the whole point would be, like, to redeem her, to get her out of the shadow of her past, and, like, free her, but, like, she wasn't freed at the end, so it's like, oh. Well, then the story really didn't have a direct analogy. It wasn't really, a direct syllogism for what happened, so it's like, okay, I guess. Like, sure, it's a resolution. The child is happy and safe now, and nothing went wrong horribly, I guess. So all's well that ends well, I guess. But yeah, the story was kind of meaningless. They could have, like, done anything else. They didn't even need to do a story. They could have done any other sort of book. Like, there was no real lesson to be learned in the story that was being applied to the situation directly. So I think that was a misstep. And then there were some times where they were misquoting it too, like where Paimon was like, well, Paimon being stupid is Paimon, because Paimon kept bringing up the old story version, and it's like, dude, the mother literally told you that her daughter didn't read the old version, only the new version, and then Paimon starts quoting the old version right away, and it's like, you were literally just told, like, at the house before we left, that she hasn't read that version, and yet you start reciting the old version, and then the daughter, recites it too, and you're like, she shouldn't know that version. And they kind of just gloss over that fact and then, like, yeah, so it was a little silly. And then Paimon keeps doing it over and over again. It's like, come on, Paimon, stop being so stupid. But, like, Paimon is stupid. Like, that is just a character. That is her character trait, so I'm not, like, it is what it is. Like, you're just not going to change that. So her being stupid is just, is normal. But the fact that, like, we didn't ask more questions about, like, how the stories differed, because, like, Paimon mentioned, oh, well, the old version has him being possessed by the snake. I was like, yeah, but I just read the new version to double check. Because Xilonen also said that, yeah, the only thing that was different was the ending part. And the rest of the story is mostly the same. And I double checked and confirmed, yeah, he was possessed by the snake, or the Demon King, in both versions. So Paimon saying the old version had that happen makes no sense, because it happened in both. So, yeah, a little... It's not even proofreading, because it was spelt right. Grammatically, it was correct. It was just like, yeah, whoever's in charge of the story probably should have caught that, but... Although I'm not sure, did we get both versions at the end of the game, at the end of the quest? So maybe I didn't have the old... So we got these two, yeah. Did we get these only at the end, or do we have these before? So either way. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, but thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.